Peter Obi don finally react to Tinubu's Independence Day message. And here is Peter Obi's reaction and his own version of Independence Day message to Nigerians and what he felt about this current Tinubu's administration. Listen to what he has to say. No be small thing, while everywhere.
Today should be a day of joy and remembrance, a day to celebrate the struggles of our heroes who fought to free Nigeria from colonial rule. It should be a day for gratitude to Almighty God for his blessings on our nation. On October 1, 1960, Nigeria gained independence to a global acclaim as an emerging African economic and political power. Such was the potential that the Time magazine predicted the rise of a true African superpower that will lead the continent with pride. Our founding fathers fought for independence with confidence, passion, and determination to build a prosperous Nigeria that will stand alongside the world's most advanced nations. Unfortunately, the tragic failure of leadership derailed this vision. Yet, despite the setbacks, Nigeria has always shown resilience. In 1999, we overcame military dictatorship and restored democracy, beginning a renewed journey towards prosperity, freedom, and justice. That journey helped us to build Africa's largest economy and strengthened our democratic journey. But over the last decade, under APC incompetent, divisive, and corrupt leadership, Nigeria has been greatly diminished. In 2007, our total debt was about 2.5 trillion, only about 10% of our GDP, after President Obasanjo's government has successfully secured debt forgiveness of over $30 billion. By 2014, Nigeria had become Africa's largest economy and was primed to achieve middle income status. In 2015, for the first time, a ruling party was defeated in a presidential election, marking another milestone for our democratic journey. Today, the picture is bleak. Our total debt stands at about 170 trillion, nearly 50% of our GDP, without any improvement in our productive sector. Nigeria has now fallen to the fourth largest economy in Africa, behind South Africa, Egypt, and Algeria. Our democracy is now described as undemocratic. In just 1 year of this administration, 15 million Nigerians were pushed into acute poverty. Today, more than 150 million Nigerians lack access to basic health, education, water, and sanitation. The number is growing daily under the APC government that pursues brutal revenue-driven policies while ignoring the people's welfare. Nigeria now ranks among the lowest in the world in human development indicators. This government taxes struggling citizens and small businesses heavily while indulging in extravagance. Billions are spent on new presidential jets, yachts, and luxury cars, the cost of which is more than the 2024 budget for primary health care. The vice president's residence was erected at a cost of 25 billion, more than the capital budget of our entire university research program and 6 university hospitals combined. Over 10 billion was budgeted for National Assembly, car park, and canteen, more than the capital budget of Ministry of Science and Technology. At the time, science is crucial for national growth. Meanwhile, written now and receive less. Passports, permits, electricity, petrol, food, rent, healthcare, all cost more. Yet, while supply remains unreliable, food insecurity deepens. UNICEF World Food Program projects that 33 million Nigerians will face acute hunger in 2025. This government borrows recklessly, not for investment in productive infrastructure, but for wasteful consumption. Insecurity has further crippled our economy. Nigerians now live in fear of traveling by road. Kidnapping has become rampant, with billions paid as ransom. Incompetence in security management has turned our country into one of the most terrorized and unsafe nations in the world. Cronyism, corruption, and disregard for rule of law has scared away investors, while other African countries have overtaken us as preferred investment destinations. Despite this mismanagement, Nigeria's potential for greatness remains. We cannot give up on the dream of a prosperous and secure nation. What we need now is competent, compassionate, and committed leadership. Our primary priority must be prudent economic management, investment in human capital, rule of law, and infrastructure development. We must mobilize our enormous natural resources to drastically reduce poverty and achieve rapid, sustained growth. We should learn from nations like China, India, Indonesia, and Bangladesh, which have turned around their economies through disciplined leadership and people-oriented policies. Nigeria too can rebound, but only if we exit the path of incompetence and fiscal irresponsibility. The current failures must not lead us to despair. They should instead fuel our determination to rebuild. Nigeria has the resources, talent, resilience to become an industrialized nation in record time. With the right leadership, we can defeat terrorism and restore security and guarantee Nigerians safe communities where enterprise and social life can thrive. We must not end a system where leaders feast while the people starve. That must end. They cannot continue to promise us that we should all fast when they are feasting, which is what is happening today. Nigerians, where politics enriches the few, while many are in hunger and in starvation, must end. The old politics must end, and a new politics of prosperity for all must begin. Against all odds, we must return Nigeria to a path of prosperity and justice. We will not relent. We will not be discouraged. The mission is clear. Nigeria will rise again. I call on political leaders to reflect on the crisis confronting our nation and recognize this as a moment to transcend personal interests. We must reject corruption, bigotry, and division. We must embrace a new Nigeria where leadership is defined by competence, compassion, character, commitment. Despite today's challenges, the future remains bright. Happy Independence Day to all Nigerians. A new Nigeria is possible.